Hi, nice meeting you, everyone. My name is John. I'm representing a digital company called The Giant. We are offering digital marketing e-commerce solutions to international brands to enter and grow in China. And thank you very much for invitation from Santa Fe region, for inviting me to have this opportunity to share our knowledge and insights about digital marketing and e-commerce landscape in China. So please allow me to use about 15 minutes to go through the presentation we prepared. Thank you very much. So today, in 15 minutes presentation, we will explain in high level about the digital marketing ecosystem in China and different e-commerce platforms in China to give you an overview and understanding of how digital marketing and online retail works in China. So first, I would like to start with why e-commerce is important in China. We are seeing different data. So I think now in my hand is the most convincing data, which prepared by National Bureau of Statistics. So if we look at the data by 2019, so the 20% of consumer goods transaction is happening online or by e-commerce. And we are projecting this number will reach by 25% in 4 years. So this is why it's important for any consumer brands or any brands to consider e-commerce when you are doing business in China, because not only the size of the market, also the influence of the e-commerce and online retail to your brand image and the brand reputation in China. Following this logic, we would like to give an impression or an insight or the idea of how we define this. So the retail in China, it's more related to social. So because China's e-commerce economy is driven by consumptions, and consumption is, as we just talked at the previous slide, it's highly driven by e-commerce, and e-commerce is driven by mobile. Taking the online stores I'm managing, more than 95% of the transactions happening on mobile, not by browser, not by PC. So users are using cell phone, using mobile to placing orders of the products we're selling. No matter it's wine, no matter it's food or different products, they are all buying through cell phones. So, and mobile is driven by social media. And consumer behavior and digital ecosystem in China are very different from Western countries. However, the ultimate conclusion I want to make is success in Chinese retail is you have to combine social and commerce together. I would like to start with the very basic difference of the digital platforms and digital ecosystem difference between China and Western countries. So, for example, in search engine, we use more in Google in Argentina, but in China, unfortunately, Google is blocked. Google is unavailable, so we are using a local search engine called Baidu or Sogo. So, however, Baidu takes more than 70% of the market share, so we usually put Baidu as our top priority. So, for instant message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger are not available in China. So instead, we use more for online tool called WeChat and QQ. Both belong to the same company called Tencent. For social sharing, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat are unavailable in China. So instead, we use WeChat, Weibo, Toutiao, or Red, those tools for sharing our opinions, our daily life, or different topics. For videos, instead of the YouTube, TikTok, we use more Youku, Tencent Video, Bilibili, or Douyin. So, and for online retail, same logic. So Amazon, it's available in China. eBay is also available in China. However, their market size in China, digital and e-commerce market is very small. So instead, Chinese consumers, they use more local ones like Tmall, JD, and Tmall, Taobao. Taobao and Tmall actually both belong to Alibaba and Kaola and some others. And online payment, instead of paper or Apple Pay, Chinese consumers, they use more of Alipay and WeChat Pay. So the conclusion here is the Chinese market is highly relying on the local platforms of the search, social media, video, or e-commerce or online payment for different reasons. So we have to, so when we're entering Chinese market, I mean, as a brand, our goal is very simple and very straightforward. Our goal is to give users the full experience. We connect to the full user journey to give them a good experience of the lack of brands, the lack of products, and they appreciate more. So we have to connect to the user journey of they first get interested with our products, our brands, and users will do more research, learn about our products, brands. Then they will find where to buy, to find the shop. Then the users or customers will place order to buy. Then they start sharing the experience. So to do this, to achieve this, we have to rely a lot of the local platform like Baidu, WeChat, Weibo, Taobao, Tmall, or Gain, Red for social sharing. We have to rely on those local platforms for digital communications, for marketing, for selling, for online retail, for customer service. We have to rely on those platforms, those local tools. So keep repeating the different platforms. So here we can very quickly look at the top ones in China and very quickly define who they are, what they do very quickly. However, I also prepared some slides following to explain some important ones or the top priorities like WeChat, Weibo in next slides. So WeChat, I'm sure most of you have ever heard. I think you learned about this before. So WeChat is started as the online instant messaging tool, but now it's more than that, which I have the next two slides to explain this. And Toutiao is more for news sharing, and it has been growing very fast in the last 5 years. So actually, this is the leading news and news app specialized for mobile users. iQIYI is same as QQ. It's more for video sharing. Baidu search engine, and Zhihu is one platform could be interesting for a brand if you're looking at if you want educate the market, if you want to educate very specific type of users with your brand story, your advantage, especially if you have some technical features you can explain or introduce to the market as your selling point. So Zhihu is a good platform because the users of Zhihu is more about sharing their deep insights, deep knowledge about the brands, about the technology, about the topic. So this could be a good platform to gaining loyal users. And Douyin, I'm sure you can recognize from the logo. So this is Chinese version of TikTok. So WeChat. So I mean, if you ask me what is WeChat, I wouldn't define WeChat as it's only for app for online chatting, because including myself and or any other Chinese users, they do more than they do much more things on WeChat than just chatting. Of course, it started with the chatting, so chatting is one of the basic function. Then started from there, we do the payment. I'm ordering food. I'm ordering taxi. I can play the games. I can share videos, or I can even do the search on WeChat, because WeChat is connected to the search engines. It's connected to these different sort of platforms. So if you want to find the result about the topic or keyword, you can find here. And of course, we have 1.1 billion users, most of in China for using WeChat. And so this is the platform as a brand we have to consider as top priority when we're starting to or considering do a business in China. And the reason is, as a company, as a business, there's a format, we call it official account. So you can consider official account as similar to the Facebook page for institutions, for a company, for a brand. So we start from the official account, then we will do the engagement with the consumers about different topic. We can do the promotions, and plus, based on this, there's a format called mini program. So you can understand that as a mini site, more advanced mini site based on WeChat. So it's an app. You can do most of the function you can imagine on the mobile app and everything on WeChat. So that's why we call this as a super app. Okay, then there's another platform called Weibo. So Weibo is started by a company called Sina. So to make it simple, you can understand this as the content format is very similar to the combination of Instagram and Facebook, because this is designed for sharing a short message, sharing a short video, and combination with the images to share the story or share their daily life. And users on Weibo, they expecting the expected from users, they come here, they want to be entertained. They want to find the news, the most up-to-date news, what the users are saying, what are the audience saying from here. So as a brand, we also can expect a fast, in very short period of time, we can cover much broader users. We can gaining their feedback from them in very fast time. So this is what we can expect from Weibo users. Red. Red, this has another name, is called Little Red Book. So this is relatively a new platform, but this is very important for consumer brands. The reason of importance is it's gaining, it has more than 200 million users, active users, and plus it's highly connected. It's highly connected between, it's connecting the social sharing and the e-commerce. So taking the projects I'm working on, taking the brands I'm importing from overseas, from Europe. So one of the key activities we are doing is we call it seeding. So seeding means we are giving inspiration, giving the users to, oh, this is a cool product you have to consider to buy. So what we do usually is we hire a lot of okay, first of all, we do a lot of posts by ourselves through our accounts on Red for explaining different products. Secondly, we hire a lot of influencers. I mean, we can hire big influencer who has more than 1 million followers. We also hire dozens of smaller influencers. They usually have a few thousand followers, but they can reach very niche marketing users. So we hire them to share the products or do the testimonial products, recommend the products, and this is what we call seeding. So we give the users the curiosity, we give them users to be inspired to learn about this product, to give them impression of this is a cool product. And the expectation from us, from business, is we would like to rely on the Red to give them inspirations, and so they can either buy directly from Red, or they come to other e-commerce platform like Tmall, Trade.com to look for the brands and the products. And one important thing I want to share about Red is, although it has it's more than 20 million, I think now I believe it has over 230 million users. And one interesting thing is 85% of the users are ladies, are female. So it's highly, so the top trending category or top categories in Red is usually cosmetics, snacks, fashion, or beauty products. So more female users oriented. Okay, e-commerce. So this is the market share data of 2020. So in China, so as you can see, Tmall Tmall is from Alibaba, and Cola used to be an independent company, but in 2019 it has been bought by Alibaba. So now it's it's working together. So it's in same lens, in same umbrella. So taking Tmall and Cola together, they are taking more than 50% of the B2C e-commerce market. And second, it's led by the called JD.com, Nasdaq stock listed company, then Pepe.com, Red, Suning, others. I mean, here I would like to say again about Red. So Red, it's started a social media company. However, now it's becoming in one to you do both social sharing and e-commerce. What is Tmall? So Tmall is started by the Alibaba, which they started the Taobao first. Then after a few years development, Alibaba came out with another platform on top of Taobao that's called Tmall. So Tmall is designed for B2C. So this platform is designed for a brand, enterprise, or company to come and open stores to sell products to consumers. Then since 2016-15, then Alibaba started another one on top of Tmall. It's called Tmall Global. So the main difference between Tmall and Tmall Global is Tmall is for a company you register in mainland China. And every transaction you have to go do with the bank account you opened in China. And so you do deliver only from the warehouse in mainland China. And however, the Tmall Global is designed for cross-border e-commerce. So the definition of cross-border e-commerce is the transaction is not happening in only the full transaction is not happening in mainland China. So it means Tmall Global is opened for an international company. You don't have office in China. You are not resident in China. In this condition, you're still able to open stores on Tmall Global so you can sell your products to Chinese consumers directly. So that means with the company resident overseas, you can open the stores, you can receive the money in US dollar, and you also can deliver products. You can consider two ways. One is what we call direct shipping, so we can ship the products from Latin America to Chinese consumer directly by each single order, one by one. Or we can arrange a big quantity as a container, but we don't do the full importing procedure. So we put in a free trade zone, put the warehouse, then we deliver from there. So the benefit is the shipping and the importing procedure is much easier. Cola.com it's originally started by a company called NetEase. Then it was acquired by Alibaba in 2019. So Cola they started as a pure cross-border e-commerce. So they started as offering mostly for skincare, beauty, fashion items. So since 2018, the Cola.com is starting to branding themselves as a platform, can offer all different categories, including food, even pet food, even agri-food products, or different categories. Plus, previously Cola.com, the model was the big enterprise, big e-commerce platform that purchased directly from brand supplier, and they sell to consumers. Now the model is changed as they do the original model of this buying from supplier on Cola.com. They become the seller to sell to consumers. Plus, they also have the POP merchant. That means it's also becoming a platform like Amazon, so you can come and open stores and sell the products on top of the Cola.com. J.com. So even we saw at previous slides that Cola and J.com, they take more than 50%, but I still consider J.com as number 2 in China as B2C market. The market size, if we compare independently, between JD.com and Cola, then I would say the market share of JD.com is much higher than Cola. So, of course, JD cannot compete with Tmall yet, but still this is one of the leading and top two in the market. So the model of JD and Tmall is quite similar. And JD also has a two versions. So it has regular JD, JD.com, so which is more for the brand, the enterprise or corporate registered in China mainland. And the other one, JD Worldwide, is for international division. So means when there's a brand, a company not registered in China, the bank account is also from Hong Kong or from Singapore, from US, from Latin America. You still can open stores on JD.com, and we can sell the products directly to Chinese consumers, and we receive money in US dollar. After I went through those e-commerce platforms, I would like to very quickly go through live streaming. So the reason it's the importance of live streaming is coming from how it's fastly growing, how it's changing the transaction path between users and brands and products. So the very important figure is in 2019. So there was only 4.5% of the users that they buying products because they saw video of live streaming. Then it's growing. It's grown to 10% by last year, 2020, and we expect this will become 20% by 2022. Means 2 over 10 consumers they buy products online because they were triggered, they were inspired by our live streaming. So basically, the content of live streaming is someone as a host. Then we start sharing or explaining different products, no matter it's a phone, no matter it's a wine. So they share their insights, their idea or their opinion, their feedback on the products. They've been trying, they're showing the different the packaging, they've been tasting the food, then telling the how it tastes like to give the good impression to consumers. Then the users who's watching video, they can click a button from here, they can buy a product directly. So the screenshot of the gentleman left side, then later right side, there are 2 leading live stream hosts in China. So in certain 1 hour live streaming, they can sell millions of products in 1 hour just through one live streaming. So however, how it works is that we have to think about the different platform again. So the live streaming could be triggered on the platform like Douyin or Bilibili. So those are more for video sharing and social medias. And so it could trigger from here, then connect to the e-commerce platforms. Or sometimes those e-commerce platforms, it also has a function of doing live streaming. So basically, we have to think about where to trigger the live streaming. Then we think about how we can seamlessly connect the video sharing, the video live streaming, and the link of the product, so user can click and buy the products. However, the live streaming is not it doesn't mean the live streaming is growing very fast, but doesn't mean this can work for every category. So it means as of now, so live streaming is specifically working well for category like fashion, especially fashion accessories, cosmetics, food more for the snacks, small items, and some small digital items like digital camera or notebook. But it doesn't work that well like for furniture or to high value items. So usually the users are expecting more to buy in frequently through live streaming. So if you ask me the strategy for new brands to enter Chinese market, so we would like to give a selection of start and plan and prepare from 4 areas. So first, I start from right. So first, the content preparation. So, I mean, as you can imagine, the language is different, the culture is different. So we have this. We have to have and supported by the local content. So it's not only about the translating the description from Spanish to Chinese. It's also about you have to generate, you have to develop local contents, and you're also adapting the culture element. So this is more consumer friendly to efficiently communicate your brands, your products, and your value. And digital marketing, of course, there's some offline marketing. You can do offline advertising, you can do the on TV, you can do the radio news. But still, I would emphasize again, digital marketing it's way much more important in China than compare the TV or magazine or newspaper, those traditional medias. Because I'll give you an example. I mean, you cannot find any kiosk is selling paper magazine or newspaper in here anymore. So not only young generations, also the older generation, they are highly reliant on mobile to check the news and check the news things. So we have to put digital marketing as top priority to communicate the brands and the products in China. Promotion and campaigns. This is slightly related to the which are sales channels, who are your target clients, who's the target consumers. But no matter, regardless, we have to organize different promotions, campaigns. Number one, we have to let the consumers, target audience, know who you are, what's your product. Secondly, we need to let them know there's these products and why it's going to be the selling point of the products. And we need to give them the impression of this great product, also with a great deal, so they can more trigger them to buy. So we have to think about different creative ideas to execute the campaigns. The e-commerce channel and operation. So since we're talking about online retail, so I just went through some e-commerce platform like Tmall, JD.com. So one of the key is considering there are more than 30 different e-commerce platforms you can consider to enter. So the key is how we prioritize to entering e-commerce platforms, considering based on our business target, based on our budget, based on our target customers. Okay, so I will summarize in 2 slides. So firstly, I will summarize what is it? So if you want to enter Chinese market, so usually it's happening in 3 different phases, and this is also what we're suggesting based on our years of experience. So at starting stage, the first year, so the objective should be the testing Chinese market. You are building you stepping into Chinese market. You are learning it. You are receiving the feedback and adjusting your strategy. So cross-border e-commerce, because it's make the preparation of entering Chinese market much easier. So it's reducing the workload of the pre-registration and documentation to export heavy product available in China. And so you have to work with e-commerce platform, then digital marketing platforms to do the marketing communications. Then the second step, you can think about how you open more channels, how you do the omni-channel opening. So you can do the online, you do inbound cross-border e-commerce, you do general trade. You even have products available in some supermarkets, so different, even some offline channels. And for marketing activity, we want to think about a different way. So we start with some simple or typical way of digital marketing. Then we can think about some more creative campaigns to increase the awareness of the brand. The third year, or this step 3. By this phase, we should open all the possible channels. So you also have to start opening your distribution channels. So distribution channel not only means for regional distributors, so you can rely on them to open restaurants, local supermarkets, or different channels. You also can can do also online distribution, means other online stores already have selling products on tmart.com. You can convert some of them to sell your products based on the reputation, the influence of your brand. So your products selling networks it should be growth, and you should work with your sales network to continuously educate the market, gain the market share, and to keep growing Chinese markets. Okay, so key takeaways as the finishing line. So to enter China, so localization is key. So from A to Z. So again, it's not only about language; it's about the from cultural side. You also have to adapt to the mindset of the Chinese consumers. We should learn about the Chinese consumers. So we should know about what they want. So based on that, we respect to the consumers. We embrace their local culture and the values. So we can rely on social medias in China to communicate with them properly, efficiently, and deliver the values of our product or brands. And social media, there's a 1,000 different social medias. Of course, the leading ones only 10, 20, but we should wisely choose different social medias for different campaigns based on your brands, your products. Also, highly depends on the target we have. So the target we want to achieve with the communication campaign, we should choose the right social media and the path. Then KOL and KOC. So KOL is stand for key opinion leaders. KOC stand for key opinion consumers. So both are very important. So the suggestion I have, or how we usually do, is of course we spend some big budget to hire the influencer who has more than 1 million followers. But in parallel, we also hire 10, 20 key opinion consumers who has 1,000, 2,000 followers, but not much smaller, but they can do the communication, they can deliver the message to very accurate, very niche the target audiences. So we hire a small number of the KOLs, plus we hire much number of the KOCs as the combo. So we do the much more effective marketing communications to our target audiences. So we would like to suggest you to consider both, as we have to plan and execute as a combination. Okay, that's all to share for today. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.